Hey everybody, my name is Corp Cosplay. Today we are going to be talking about cosplaying and money. My name is Corp Cosplay. I'm a cosplayer in the Southern Ontario area. I've been cosplaying for 15 years, and I am going to be talking about cosplay and money because if anything gets in the way of doing a good cosplay and having fun at this type of hobby, it is finances, because it can become very, very expensive very quickly. So today we're going to talk a little bit about budgeting. We're going to talk about where people spend more than they probably should, and just ways to prioritize your spending when you get into that type of crunch. So first, let's talk about budgeting and where things start costing a lot of money. One of the big things that I see is not only the material you use, but if you're not a builder, buying your cosplay. So let's go to the builder side of it with building your material, building your cosplays. Material prices can be very expensive, especially if you're someone that wants to get something that's movie accurate or TV show or just absolutely perfect. That can end up costing you a lot of money because that means you need specific materials. And if you have not given yourself enough time and enough leeway to search and find those pieces at affordable pricing, that can become very expensive when you're trying to get that stuff in a crunch. So for example, I always know that sometime within the next decade, I'm going to start doing a foam cosplay. So I'm personally always on the look for foam cosplay if I can find it cheap. If I can find foam for, a discount somewhere, I might get it. If it's just a normal sale that, say, Michael's has on every single other month, that's not something that's really on my radar. But if I go to a secondhand store and I see a whole bunch of foam there, I'll usually pick it up if it's at a good price, because I can always stockpile that because I know sooner or later I'm going to need it. Also, when it comes to fabrics, it is also good to maybe plan your cosplays out far enough ahead. You may not, I can't say plan all your cosplays out years in advance, but if you have an idea of, I've always wanted to cosplay this character, or this is a childhood hero of mine, and one day I'm going to cosplay, that gives you a lot of leeway that if you do find the materials for that cosplay at a discount, you're not just going to look at them and go, it's not a big deal, I'm not doing that cosplay. You may do it down the road, and you may be able to hold on to those and stockpile them for later. That is one of my best tips that I can give anybody from someone who has been building for 15 years. If you find those pieces and those materials that you need for a childhood dream cosplay, you can start putting them aside if you find them at a cheap price now, and just wait. You don't have to build it right now, but just stockpile it and hold on to it for when the time is right. Now, on the buying side of your cosplay, if you're someone out there who doesn't want to build and just wants to go buy a cosplay, that can also become a bit of a problem, especially on different aspects. So one thing I would say is character plays a lot in this, because if you're someone who is fine wearing a Spider-Man suit, or if you're fine wearing, a ball gown for Disney princesses or something like that, it can get pricey, but it's also something that there's a lot of commissioners out there that will do those type of cosplays. It's something that most know what they're doing, and most can pull them out pretty fairly quickly at a pretty good price. However, if you start getting into characters that are very niche and very rare in the cosplay world, that can bump your price up a bit, because just as if you were to build it, they're gonna have to build it, and they're gonna have to figure out a way to source those materials to build that cosplay. So picking a character that is more readily available and easy to commission is probably an easier choice if you're someone who definitely wants to watch their budget. Now, one of the things I see a lot, and this is something I actually kind of dealt with when I first started cosplaying, and that was spending too much as a beginner. Now, this is a rule that I tell every single person that I ever talk to who is a beginner in the cosplay world. Do not go nuts and buy every tool and every material you think that you will ever need in cosplay. When I first started, cosplaying was big, but we did not have social media. We did not have the tutorials that we do now. So I went out and bought everything. I bought every tool that I thought I needed. I thought I needed this exact thing to make this amazing cosplay. And I learned very quickly I didn't need all those things. There are tools in the other room that I have not touched in years because it was a one-time use thing. So when you are going to start building your cosplays, make sure to just look at the essential tools when you start building, and also don't have to buy them all brand new. You can go on places like Facebook Marketplace, you can go to secondhand stores, and you can find most of the tools that you can use for your cosplay secondhand and at a large discount. Sewing machines, you can find them cheap if people are getting rid of them. Tools like cutting boards, cutting knives, glues, stuff like that. You can get a lot of that secondhand. I see fabrics, I see foam, I see tons of stuff on Facebook Marketplace. The thing is, you just always have to keep looking because you never know when someone is trying to get rid of that stuff. Now, let's say you get to the point where you are really tight in a budget and you are having problems figuring out how to finish that cosplay. I have the solution for you, the solution you've been waiting for. You just don't finish it. That's all it is. Like, you can do your best, as with all the tips I said before, search your Facebook Marketplace, search your secondhand, search to figure out ways, techniques you can maybe cut back on the pricing. But if you do hit that roadblock where you cannot finish the cosplay, do not push yourself. Do not put yourself in a financial predicament because you want to cosplay. Believe me, it may seem like something you want to do, but I'm telling you, you do not want to put yourself in that position, because after the convention's over, after you're done that cosplay, the reality is going to kick in and you're going to realize you're in debt because of cosplay, because of a hobby that you have. And that is just something I personally do not want to put myself in that predicament. I have a set money that I put aside every single month from every single paycheck that I know that is going to go to this hobby, whether it is content creation or it is actual cosplay. And that builds up all throughout the year, and I slowly take from it when I need materials, and that is the way that I budget for my cosplay. You will have your own way of doing it that sits with your financial restraints and the things that you have to save money for. But I'm telling you right now, if you hit that wall and you're worried that you're not going to get the cosplay done in time for a convention or a shoot, you just should not do it. Because no one is going to be upset that you did not finish that cosplay because of financial reasons. I think if you sat down and actually told people, I didn't finish this cosplay because I could not afford it, I think they'd be a lot happier to hear that from you than I just blew so much money to get these last few things done, and now I have credit card debt that's way higher than I should have. So that's my little thing about cosplay money. It's, you know, it is something that is obviously a big thing nowadays with the cost of everything going up every single week. Make sure to budget properly and as best you can. And like I said, if you are building this cosplay that is really important to you and you just don't have the means to get it done, don't push yourself, because if you push yourself too far, you're gonna pay for it once that cosplay is done. My name is Corp Cosplay, and if you like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button here, and we're gonna have more of these cosplay content coming out over the next little while. Take care, and we'll see you very soon.